Hello and welcome to the Gunner Vibe. Um, Arsenal just lost against Aston Villa, which uh, means that Arsenal's Premier League titles hopes have been dealt a huge blow. Unai Emery returned to Emirates, has had a double against Arsenal this season. Today we lost 2-0 at the Emirates. Um, this before the start of the game, there were talk about Douglas Luiz, who's their chief creator and defensive midfielder, missing from Villa's squad. We made some changes to our team as well, or it was it was not to be. We really didn't get off the blocks. Our um, gameplay overall was pretty poor as well. Um, but it was a game that we could have grabbed hold of, especially with Liverpool losing to Crystal Palace earlier. Man City had already uh, beaten, I think, I forgot which side they won. I think it was Luton Palace, Luton Town. And with that 2-0 loss, Arsenal now has a goal difference of 48 to Man City's 44. So that is another thing that Arsenal need to keep an eye on. They are already 2 points behind Man City, same as Liverpool, 2 points behind. Uh, we usually don't see Man City lose from this position once they have uh, the cushion. They tend to go and win the rest of the game. However, it was a frustrating game. Villa frustrated Arsenal the first half. Pretty much got outplayed in the second half. There was no real chance that we had at all in the second half that I can remember. Um, Even in the first half, Oliver Watkins had a chance which hit the bottom of the post. I don't know how it didn't go in. Uh, but anyways, going back, Man City trashed Luton Town. They basically just are well on their way to be top of the Premier League at the end of the season. Arsenal have difficult games also against um, Man United and Tottenham coming up. Um, but there seems to be cracks. At least that's what it seems like. Commentators have been saying that against the Bayern game, also there were some defensive errors today. Also, it seemed like we were not defensively sound. Made three changes, like I mentioned. Zinchenko, Jesus, and Trossard start, which meant Havertz dropped in the midfield. Zinchenko was obviously coming in as a midfielder, and Trossard was giving the width, especially with this performance of the bench against Bayern. I think he deserved it. Villa had a couple of changes. Diaby and Zaniolo started. I saw Zaniolo was really good. I think he played really well, ran up and down the pitch, pretty much suffocated Ben White's movements in the first half and also the second half. Um, there was a good performance by Arsenal. Generally speaking, I think Odegaard was really good. He created a lot of chances, which I think we should have buried at least a couple of them. Saka had one on his right foot, which he should have at least shot across the goal. He hit the side netting. Gabriel Jesus had a chance. Havertz had a chance, which he struck straight at the keeper. And the main chance that Arsenal had pretty much throughout the game was the one which Trossard just hit straight at Martinez. I don't know how that uh, was missed. Any small, even if it was a poor contact by Trossard, it would have gone through, but really didn't had any opportunity like that that Arsenal had throughout the game. Was a lot of chances for Watkins. A couple of chances. He was lone striker. He had uh, a chance in the first half. Like I said, hit the bar. But second half was even poor. I think you could see get a sense at the end of second half. First half, Arsenal were already playing poorly. It was very very important that Arsenal scored in the first 20-30 minutes of the first half. Otherwise, Arsenal were anyways looking very leggy, and that's what it seemed like in the second half. As multiple corners that Villa had, and um, one such corner, I think Zinchenko had a chance to clear, but he was caught in position. Tielemans had a chance which hit the bar. I don't know how that didn't go in. But Villa just had chances against after chances, had lots of position. They made sure that Arsenal didn't have a lot of uh, area in the middle of the pitch. They were able to get through Arsenal's press time and time again. Even the first half, you could see a big gap in Arsenal midfield once the press was got through. But uh, in the second half, Arsenal didn't really even had a bunch of passes strung together. We had a couple of substitutions. Ben White was in the yellow card. Havertz was in the yellow card. Ben White was hooked off, and Tomiyasu came in. Trossard was ineffective in the second half. He was substituted by uh, Martinelli. Aston Villa had their own substitutions. Diaby was replaced by Bailey, and Bailey was the one who scored. Pretty much, I think it was an 84th minute goal where was a just hopeful ball across the Arsenal's 6 yard ball, box, and Raya just didn't wasn't able to cover all the way to the back post where Bailey was unmarked, just hit the goal. And the second goal was another mistake by Arsenal. Jorginho just hit against, I think it was Tielemans, who played a long ball over the top um, to Watkins. Watkins was in their own half, so even though he was the furthest man forward, he was not going to be offside. Smith Rowe did his bit to catch up with Watkins, but Watkins was too strong and had a dink finish, really good finish against Raya 1-on-1. Um, but poor performance. I think in the second half, I don't know what happened. It did feel like Arsenal's team looked leggy. Didn't really feel like they were doing anything to uh, create any pressure at all. Um, but kudos to Aston Villa. They were really, really good. I think their midfield was good. Their defense was solid. Potters and Diego Carlos was immense. Konsa didn't give any sniff to Martinelli when he came in. Um, Lucas didn't give any chance to Saka either. But overall, the performance from Arsenal was poor. But Aston Villa did their bit to have a grip on fourth place. Arsenal have tough games coming up, but the main game next is the game against Bayern Munich, which is pretty much a do or die. If they lose against Bayern, they have to put all their eggs in the basket and hope that Man City of the Premier League basket and hope that Man City lose one of the games. Uh, but poor game by Arsenal. Had a great chance to go back on top, but now the focus needs to go back to Bayern. Uh, let's see how that pans out. Um, but always positive, always hopeful that things will be better for the Arsenal. Um, Hope Arteta learns from this game, improves his substitutions. Hopefully, he has substitutions lined up earlier in the game as well at Bayern. But um, we'll hope for the best. Gunners, thank you.